The topic I came up with for this week is finding calm in a flood of headlines. So it seems like this is something that affects all of us these days. Some people, of course, are more engaged with news. I am. Other people less so, but it's really quite hard to escape the news these days. So just this last week, think about what all that has happened in your awareness. I don't want to get into specific policies. I don't want to get into specific candidates, politicians, parties, etc. That's not what we're about here. That's not the point. The point is, all of this stirs up feelings. So just notice what you think or what you feel about the news. Shortly before the call, I was browsing the news a little bit and I came across a piece about societal collapse. That's what people are talking about these days, the collapse of society. There's actually a meme, a trend, people on TikTok in particular talking about the Roman Empire. They're constantly thinking about the Roman Empire. Think about, feel into your reaction to what I've just said. And just allow it to be here, whatever reaction, just how the body reacts. The sense of alarm, panic, or maybe just the simple aversion. There's so much emotionality in the news, so much of it is negative, so many of us just want to turn it off. So just notice how you react. And since that seems to be happening right now, could you open to it? Could you welcome it? Just as best you can. Whatever's happening, could you invite it even further? And then notice also that there's a resistance to all of this. Notice any kind of hold back, any kind of no, any kind of aversion. But this can also show up in a different way as a wanting to figure it out, hold on, understand, solve, fix. So just notice any aversion, any, oh, that's the word, resistance, any resistance to what seems to be happening in the news, to the news itself, to the negativity, to the constant drumbeat of disaster. And then check also, notice how personal it feels, because don't you feel threatened personally? Don't you feel oppressed? Just check into that sense of how it's personal about you, how you are affected, how it impacts you. And sit with that for just a moment. Allow it all. I encourage curiosity. This is a good time to just look around. When you're ready, check also for any kind of shoulds. It should be different. It should be like this or that. Or maybe you should react in this way or that way, or you shouldn't do this or that. Just notice any kind of push and pull from shoulds. And then when you're ready, could you just drop all this? Could you just let it go? Could you? And then, would you let this go? Are you willing? Would you let this go? Would you let this drop? And when? So, let's think again about current events, about how the news appears to be. And I said that intentionally. The news is never the truth. The news is only ever an interpretation of what might be happening. But just notice how heavy it all feels, the weight of it. Just notice that. And just for fun, I'm going to point out to you, we actually, most of us, live in a world that is more safe and more abundant than ever in human history. Right? We have more luxuries, more comforts. We have more stability, abundance, and peace. Overall, I don't mean in certain parts of the world, obviously there are crises, but overall, but it doesn't feel that way, even though the objective truth is that the world is safer, people are more abundant, more prosperous. Nevertheless, we've never been so threatened, so unhappy. So just notice the news, how it affects you, how you feel about whatever happened this last week. It could be the US news. It could be anywhere in the world, frankly. Everybody seems to be shouting, everything is a crisis. And it's all in your face. And just notice how the body reacts. Any kind of tension, hold back, discomfort, cramping. Just notice the body's reaction to reading the news, browsing social media, the headlines of doom. Whatever it is, wherever you look. And then notice anything that's going through the mind as well. The belief that this is true, the belief that one side is wrong and you are right. All the different reactions in the mind, the thoughts, the beliefs, the stories. And as best you can, could you welcome this? And I'll just add one more thing. I spent a good decade of my life working in the field of journalism, news. I was an editor, I was a reporter. And so, what I'm telling you is, the news has never been crazier, and I've been watching it for 60 years. It really is as bad as it seems to be. It's not just you. I am a former news professional, and I'm telling you, the news is insane. Literally insane. There is an emotionality to the news that was never present before. Well, it was, but in a much more limited fashion. Now the news is all about emotion. And it's all of it toxic. It's anger, fear, hatred, suspicion, paranoia, feeling threatened. These are powerful emotions. So just notice how your body is reacting, especially now in the moment. And just as best you can, could you open to what is present? If you feel like that anyway, then could you open to it? It's here anyway. And just allow the body to feel all that it feels. And notice that all of this is simply sensation in the body. Notice that you've given it meaning, an explanation, a story, the news, etc. But really, the reality is the body and its reactions. So just for now, could you allow yourself to let go of wanting any of this to mean anything? Could you? And would you let that go? Would you let go of wanting all of this to mean something? And when? And so notice the sensations in the body, however intensely they may show up, and just as best you can, could you give all of this permission to be like that? It's like that anyway. Could you give it your blessing even? Whatever's being felt in the body, any tension, discomfort, sensation, energy, however you choose to label it, wherever it exists in the body, could it be not only allowed, not only welcome, but even invited? Would you give it permission, just for now? And then we'll take one more step, if you're willing. Check and see, is that you? Are you these sensations in the body? Can you control them? Can you make them come and go? Well, if you can't control them, how could that be you? And check and see, are these thoughts you? Just notice what thoughts appear in the mind. Can you control that? Can you make it stop? How could that be you? So just for now, could you allow yourself to rest in that awareness, the awareness in which thoughts appear and disappear? And could you settle back and rest as that which experiences sensations in the body? And then check again, is any of this actually you? Or are you simply aware of thoughts? Simply aware of sensations in the body? And simply take a breath or two and allow yourself to be and notice. Is that which is aware affected by any of this? Is that which is aware truly bothered by the news? Check. And if there's anything there which you don't like, anything present which you'd like to change, anything in your awareness which you don't want, just for this moment, just for now, could you give it permission to be like that, just for now? Could you? And would you? When? And once again, check and see. Is that which you are affected truly by the news? Is that which is beyond thought, that which is beyond sensation, threatened? Maybe that's a good place to stop. It feels about right.